Tori on the beat.
Shalom to the elect of Israel, to the hopeful elect of Israel, you Hebrew Israelites, so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, West Indian and Haitians, and the foreign Israelites that look like the other nations scattered across the four corners of the earth. Got to give all praises to Barak Atha Yahawah, Barak Atha Yahawashi, Barak Atha Yahawah, Barak Atha Yahawashi. Got to give all praises to Bahasham Yahawashi, Bahasham Qadash. Want to give double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone who led me to this truth and has been ordained by the Lord Yahawashi to teach the flock how to live, repent, pray, and fast, and show forth the Lord's righteousness and mercy, judgment, forgiveness, wrath, and salvation to all those who are part of the elect. Lord willing, we part of that number. Lord willing, this be edifying to those who fear in the name of the Lord and are striving to show forth the Lord's righteousness every day to the best of their abilities. His judgment always comes to light. Zephaniah chapter 3, verse 5. And it's not slack. 2 Peter chapter 3, verse 9. So Lord willing, this be edifying to the flock. I just got back from the plantation. I worked double today and thought I had to be there at 12 and ended up only having to be there at 5, but they said since you're here, might as well get to work. So I worked, did about a 10-hour shift because they made me take a long break because I wasn't supposed to be there. And tomorrow I got to be back to do another double. But we still gonna serve the Lord in this lot. I still mean to do camp tonight. This is basically a pre-camp. You know, I don't have no kids, no girl. All my family 2/3. They want to listen to the white man. So all I got is my camp leader out here that really understands the walk that I'm going through with my brethren that are scattered across the four corners of the earth, and the sisters who've been listening quietly in their humbleness and meekness. Very few, very, very few. I've never really been a person to have a lot of people pay attention to me. And I believe that's a blessing because the Lord said this.
Tori on the beat.
It's always been like this in my life. You know, I haven't had too many people take me serious. But I feel like I believe it's the Lord. He's got something in store for me to do for him. But for now, it's what's going on. You know, my everyday life. Before I even came in the truth. Luke 6, verse 22. Blessed are ye when men shall hate you, and when they shall separate you from their company, and shall reproach you, and cast out your name as evil, for the Son of Man's sake, which is Yahawashi. You know, I've had that a lot, you know, in my life before I even came in the truth. And that was why they was doing it, because I knew the Lord would lead me to this truth. Yeah, I still might die. Yeah, I still might not make it. So what? We still supposed to serve Yahawashi. Ultimately, yeah, I want to make it. I want to make it out. But if not, you know, at least this is edifying to the flock, man. That's all that matters. It's feeding his sheep sound doctrine and feeding them hope. Showing it don't matter what the fuck anybody got to say about you. You repent, convert, get your shit right, It's all about what the Lord thinks about you. Everybody else can think you're a fucking lunatic. That's what everybody thinks already. Whatever. I got a few people who are not in the truth that don't believe so. And they're pondering, they're thinking, real close people to me, father figures of mine, literally, you know. But we'll come to a deeper understanding now, but it's without words. And I'm becoming to get more in tune with Yahawashi as I balance myself through this wicked ass world. I'm starting to not give a fuck what anybody thinks about me, except the brotherhood. I care what they think about me, but at the same time, when they do think about me, it's like I give a fuck, but it's like at the same time, I don't expect them to understand my walk completely because they're not around me. They don't know me. They've never been around me. But as they see my walk, Lord willing, they see that I'm sincere and I'm being myself, man. I ain't never give a fuck about nothing, okay, until I came into this truth. All I want to do is get by, maybe, chill with a couple females, whatever, man. I didn't give a fuck about having a house. I didn't give a fuck about having a family. I didn't give a fuck about none of that because I never had it. Why are you going to give a fuck about some shit you ain't never had? You see what I'm saying? Especially something in this physical world. That's why I don't give a fuck this motherfucker get blown the fuck up. Okay? I just care about the Lord's ministry. So if I'm going to work 10 hours plantation for Esau Edom's bitch ass, least I can do is come over here, do pre-news articles, and get out there in the middle of the night and go do camp. That's what I'm going to do. Because he's putting the spirit on me to do it. So let me hurry this up because I don't have a lot of time. So I have to be back to work tomorrow at the plantation at 12. Dang it, man. I had to go bring this back up because this woman bugging out, man. These wicked ass women, man. They think they know every fucking thing. They just gotta be fucking right about everything. You bitches is finna be fucking cut off. Let me find this shit, man. You know what I'm saying? I ain't had a lot of people like me. I had a lot of people misunderstand me. A lot of people, man. But the Lord said, don't worry about it. I see another Akim talking about uh
Tori on the B.
hold on. Come on, man. Where is this at? It's like it just disappeared. Hold on. These wicked ass women don't give a fuck about nothing. They be bugging the fuck out. They just think they right about everything, man. Come on, man. Well, that's a different one. 3 hours ago. I don't think this is the one though. But we gonna pull this one up too. Oh, come on, man. Looks like this dude being wicked, selling children. That's not what I wanted to bring up. It's from BBC News. Hold on. BBC be pulling out the news a lot. Yeah, okay. This is right here. I'm gonna start right here. I'm gonna try to make this quick. I'm gonna filter in some scriptures as I go along, so you can just, if you really want to go look at what happened, you can go look it in. So, a lot of judgments going on. I'm gonna put this in as judgment, various topics, tornadoes, fires, uh, and death. Man, I'm gonna come up with something. I'm gonna come up with something. I usually have a good title for them, but I'm gonna come up with something after I get done. But I don't have a lot of time, man. So, Lord, put the spirit on me to move. So, Genevieve, La Hermite, a Belgian mother who killed her 5 children, uh, euthanized woman, Belgian woman who murdered her 5 children have been euthanized at her own request 16 years after the killings. So she killed her sons and 4 daughters in the town of Nivelles in February 28, 2007, where their father was away. She tried to take her own life but failed and ended up in emergency services for help. 50 years, 6-0 was sitting the price, 56-year-old sentenced to life in prison 2008 before moved to a psychiatric hospital in 2019. So crazy ass, man. That's that Vessels of Vengeance, man. We talked about that yesterday, so we're gonna keep moving. So this is a storm in Kirby. Another tornado yesterday. See, it's February, so people don't understand. Wait till we get to March, man. Everybody who think they ain't dealing with tornadoes, there's another video I did. It was 43 tornadoes across 7 states, and a lot of other IKM and the elders, they were talking about it too. You think there ain't gonna be no tornadoes in March, and not in March, but in May? Man, it's finna be hell, especially out here where I'm at in Oklahoma. Y'all, and there's people out here that ain't even heard of this shit yet. I'm like, there's a tornado over there. What? You gonna find out when your shit looking like this. You gonna be fucking sitting out here going across the street trying to get Wi-Fi like my ass was. Just that's how it is. Esau Edom a nigger at his own table, man. He don't give a fuck about nothing if it ain't happening at his house. But we gonna see how you feel when your shit get fucked off. Toe shit up. Niggas out there with no lights on. Now you wanna ask questions. Well, we gonna find out. Cause it's only gonna be one nigga in all Norman, Oklahoma, and Salakia. I don't mean to say that. There's gonna be one dude, one so-called Negro, and I still got a little bit of so-called Negro in me that I'm purging out. You know what I'm saying? And it always will be till Shiloh come back. I'm not perfect. Yeah, everybody be trying to act like people defending the Lord is perfect, man. Man, like we trying to do our best, man. I'm not no elder, man. I'm just a brother, man. You know what I'm saying? A brother that ain't even, you know what I'm saying, even in the brotherhood. I'm out here doing everything on my own, but at the same time, I got the spiritual leadership from them and the spiritual guidance from my camp leader. And that's all I really need, man. The rest of that stuff, if the Lord really thinks I need it, he's going to put it in my life. But as for now, he sees I don't need it because I'm still going to do the work. So these motherfuckers out here getting fucked up as usual. Lord's damaging shit because don't nobody want to listen. Everybody want to say shit. That ain't right. Okay? But it's of the Lord. So let's go over here to Luke 6:22. I'm not gonna look at it. That's what I had pulled up. That was talking about blessed when people hate you and depart from you and separate from you. And that's how it's been. People think I'm a loser out here. Well, we gonna find out. Let's see when Yahawah bring your ass to the ground. How you picking up toothpicks all day? We're gonna see how much your it said everyone, including myself. This is why I'm at where I'm at right now. This is where I'm at now for my good, man. I'm supposed to not have shit. Because if I had shit, I probably wouldn't be here doing this. We can do this one. This is more important because he said that basically every man that abases himself will be exalted, and everybody who exalts himself will be abased. But this is way more important. Isaiah 2 verse 11. The lofty looks of a man shall be humbled, and the haughtiness of men shall bowed down. And the Lord Yahawashi shall alone shall be exalted in that day, because everything else gonna be brought low. Okay, because the Lord Yahawashi hasn't been exalted. So the only way that he can be exalted is through his men that believe in him. And we're here to exalt his name to the best of our abilities. And that's the eldest apostles who dedicated their lives to the uncles and older brothers and elders and bishops and apostles of great millstone on down. We're here to exalt the name of the Lord. We don't give a fuck about nothing else. That's all it is. Now, some people got family and shit. My family don't give a fuck. So you know what? I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck about nothing but pushing the industry, pushing the ministry. That's it. Because everything else is secondary in my life. Everybody else has put me secondary. And you think I'm gonna give a fuck about what the fuck you got going on? Probably not. Fire at Indonesian fuel storage station kills at least 16. So right here, 16 people were killed at a fire fuel stage station, Indonesia, capital of Jakarta. CNN affiliate CNN Indonesia reported on Friday that the station is operated by Pertamina, Indonesia's state-run energy company. Social media footage showed a huge flame billowing and people running for cover. So, you know, so that's basically what happened. Because Jake over there, wherever Jake was at in there, some of them was Jake. They didn't got killed. This is all the Lord's doing. The Lord's not taking out. He's not worried about the other 17 nations. He said they're casualties of war. They're nothing. Let's pull it up real quick. They ain't nothing, man. He's not worried about them. He's worried about Jake because Jake don't want to come home. Jake want to keep acting like he the shit. Jake want to act like he can do whatever the fuck he want. But that's his lot. So we not mad at Jake, but you know, we mad at the Jakes who be talking shit down to the apostles and talking shit down to the people of Great Millstone. We don't fuck with them because they some bitch ass niggas for that shit. So Second Edges chapter 6 verse 56. As for the other people which also come of Adam, thou hast said they are nothing but be like unto spittle, and has likened the abundance of them unto a drop that falleth from a vessel. So he's not even going after the other nations. He's using Esau, Edom, the sword to judge Jake. That's all that's going on right now. Everybody else in the way, you just getting murked because your ass was in the way. And he ordained your ass to get murked because he didn't give a fuck if you got murked or not. Basically, the only people that's going to be standing at the end of this is the elect. Lord willing, we part of that number. If we're not, we're going to die in the faith of Yahawashi with dignity. We're not going to die like everybody else in vain. So fuck all the rest of that shit everybody's talking about. Okay? I've been brought low my whole fucking life. I ain't never had nobody pay too much attention to me anyways. You think I give a fuck about any fucking thing? I don't give a fuck. Okay? Other than serving Yahawashi to the best of my abilities. Everything else doesn't matter to me. Okay? That's the only thing that's bring me purpose. Iran investigates poisoning of hundreds of schoolgirls with toxic gas, man. Look at that. She over here smiling like they gonna do something about it. It's the Lord, man. He's doing this. Almost 700 girls have been poisoned by toxic gas in Iran since November, and what many believe is deliberate attempt to force the schools to shut. No
Story
girls
on
have
the
died,
beat.
but dozens have suffered respiratory problems, nausea, and dizziness and fatigue, and that's even worse. That's even worse than dying. So, you know, we don't want to get into the details. I just wanted to put it out because there's some jakes in there. There's some women in there that's some jakes, you know. So let me see. We're gonna pull it up again. Isaiah 32:10. I like being repetitive because it kind of reminds me, it makes me remember. It makes me remember these scriptures a lot easier too. That's why the Lord is following repetition. It's to pull up the same scriptures because you eventually remember and be like, oh, that's happening. Oh, I remember. Isaiah 32:10. Many days the years shall ye be troubled. Many days and years shall ye be troubled, and ye careless woman. For the vintage shall fail, and the gathering not come. And while the gathering is not coming, he poisoning y'all ass, and you fucking going around coughing and can't breathe over there in Iran. And a lot of them, it's gonna be too late. But if you do find Yahawashi, it's because the Lord wants you to find them. You know, I was completely doing something totally different. You know, I was at Amazon trying to make money all day. You know, and I still believed in the Lord because I was listening to different people, but I was looking for my shepherd, man. I was looking for the shepherds, like who is really teaching sound doctrine. Because I didn't understand the Bible sometimes when I read it, so I was like, I don't want to get into it too much because I don't want to go off, man. And I found Great Millstone, and you know, I've been following them ever since. So Iran investigates poisoning hundreds of schoolgirls with toxic gas. Now we got right here, World Bank. Quake caused damage worth $5.1 billion in Syria, killed at least 50,000 people, including about 6,000 in Syria. The report released Friday, World Bank has a level of the damage in Syria is about 10% of the country's gross domestic product. Syria's northern province of Aleppo was most severely hit region, accounting for 45% of the total damages, accounting to about 2.3 billion in damages. Also badly hit the rebel-held region in the northwest, some home to 4.6 million people, many of them previously displaced by Syria's war. Yeah, man, that's the Lord taking that bread. So let's type this in.
Story on the beat.
And people act like people be like, you why would you be mad about reading the same scripture over and over again? We're gonna be reading these forever in the kingdom. So you might as well get used to reading these a lot. Because that's all that's gonna be after this shit. Luke 21:11. And great earthquakes shall be in diverse places, and famines, and pestilences. But we won't have to read, we won't have to teach no more after that time, because it'll be in our inward parts. And fearful sights and great signs shall there be from heaven. See? Luke 21:11. That's these great signs. These people that getting took out, man. $5.1 billion, man. So in Indonesia, 5.2 magnitude earthquake in Papua, 4 killed as building collapses. So they got earthquakes over there too. You can go look at it and watch over it, you know. So moving on, trying to be quick. So after heated debate, Church of England decides to let priests bless same-sex couples, man. And we know who the false prophet is. The false prophet is the Roman Catholic Church, and they over here blessing same-sex couples. And this is just something to pull up for edification, just to show that these people they wicked as hell. And anybody who the Lord has put the spirit on can understand that. Some people don't. But what's that?
Tori on the beat.
Let's pull that up about the false prophet. Let's do Revelation 19:19. Because that's the one that shows what's ultimately gonna happen to this Roman Catholic Church and what they're doing to the doctrine. They're literally perverting it on purpose because that's their lot. Uh 1 Corinthians 11:19 says there must be heresies among you, so who is made so for the elect who is it'll be made manifest unto them who the true teachers are. Lord willing, we part of that number. So Revelation chapter 19, and I saw the beast and the kings of the earth and their armies gathered together to make war against him that sat on the horse and against his army. And that's talking about going up against Yahawashi, because he was the one on the white horse. He was coming to take all the kingdoms. And the beast was taken. And the beast is the United Nations, NATO, and the EU, and with him the false prophet, which is the Roman Catholic Church, that wrought miracles before him with their robots and all their bullshit, all their other shit, all their fucking churches, with which he have deceived them that have received the mark of the beast, which is the sehib, the charagma, or the ready mark said gold, the rice or grain that you put in your hand and scan on your door to get in it, and whatever else they say you can scan in. And them that worshipped his image, which is the system, these both were cast alive into the lake of fire, burning with brimstone, which is 200 million intercontinental ballistic missiles coming from the east, from the BRICS nations, Brazil, Russia, India, China, South Africa. Yep, right? Yep, them. Moving on. Mother, son found guilty of murdering Oklahoma relatives. So people think that stuff don't be going on over here. It be stuff going on over here, man. It be some stuff going on over here. So he found the 56-year-old body in a partly burned home. So what do they gotta say? What's together? We're gonna pull this up. This is what's happening. People just going getting worse as the time goes by. But evil men and seducers shall wax worse and worse, deceiving and being deceived. And more is talking about the false teachers of the doctrine. But you also got people who are just regular people. Mother and son were found guilty of murdering a relative. That's deceiving somebody, saying that they're your family, you love them, and then trying to hide the evidence. Demons, man. Esau Edoms. Here come Jake, man. Jake then got killed. Man arrested in Pennsylvania for murder of Oklahoma football player. See? Murdered him, man. And Jake probably had a lot of talent, man. Jake probably had a lot of talent. Jake probably had a whole lot of talent, man. But without the Lord, this is what happens. Don't matter how talented you is. If you ain't giving it to the Lord, your talents, you giving it to Esau Edom system, this football bullshit, all this dumbass shit that I don't give a fuck about. Job 36:12. But if they obey not, they shall perish by the sword. And that's also talking about the men who are not doing it right now. You know, you got some even people who listen to GMS and they following and they watching and they listening. But if you don't obey what the Lord says for you to do, because he said all men need to go out to the highways and byways, you need to put your life on the line for this shit and test it out and see if the Lord gonna fucking exalt you by the brotherhood or fucking put you to shame by the brotherhood, then maybe bring you back into the fold later or tell you you can't teach and you need to do something else and just, give it alms. You see what I'm saying? But you got to go out there and do it at least once, man, and keep doing it. That's how I look at it. Like he said, not everybody's supposed to be a prophet, but, he said I remember listening to one of Akim, he said all the men are priests. So that means there's nobody excluded. He said, present your body as a living sacrifice, man. I've been out there on trial, still going out. I'm going out tonight. You know what I'm saying? But I've been being more discreet. I know how to act around work. Don't none of them know really who I am. I don't have my name on nothing. I don't have, you know what I'm saying? I'm being more discreet with it, But it took me a minute to figure that out, But it was just the Lord testing me, saying after I drag you through the mud a little bit, show you what you're supposed to be doing all the way, you're going to stick around. Guess what? Job 36, verse 12. But if they obey not, they shall perish by the sword, and they shall die without knowledge. Jake died without knowledge, man. Don't even really got to hear what the authorities got to say. He got killed. See? He was on the Norman Tigers, man. Just a regular kid, man. And he was probably wicked. He probably did his shit, and the Lord got tired of it, man. Took his ass out, man. He up there with Bahasham and Rawchaa right now. We don't know what the Lord's doing with him. Maybe got him resting. Maybe telling him, hey, you're going to have to go back. You're going to have to serve. You're going to have to serve your judgment. You're going to have to get blown up with the nukes because of whatever you did. Who knows? Then it says right here, authorities also arrested Destiny Adams on complaint of accessory to murder. So he might not have did it. He might have did it. Who knows? We don't know. He was in connection. And then here go another Jake. A woman. Third arrest. Found halfway across the country. And that Jake looks scary, man. You don't fuck with Jake, man. See? Got these Shiva doctors in, man. You ain't know these niggas is wicked. And him, you can just see by looking in his eyes, man. He's done some shit like this. See what I'm saying? These niggas don't play, man. There's some dangerous ass niggas out here. But ain't nobody more dangerous than Yahawashi, Qadash. I'll tell you that. So, man accused of strangling mom of three says last words were about her kids. A man accused of killing a woman he had just met, then dumping her body alongside a lake a day later. Oklahoma cops say. See what I'm saying? And you damn fucking Eve be going out to the club and partying and shaking your ass and dressing with your titties out and doing all this bullshit. He met this woman one night, probably met her at the bar or something. Dumped the body in the lake a day later, man. 30-year-old man confessed to killing the mother of three. according to the Oklahoma State Bureau of Investigation, man. Just look, see, youngin, 30 years old, go out to the club, had a good time. Met a dude, he had a, because you know how Eve is, she likes weird shit. Eve likes fucking with people who are just evil as fuck, but act like there's something secretive about them. Like there's just something like so interesting about them. Well, you found out. You in the spirit world now. And Lord that dumped your ass alongside a lake by this nigga. That's why you don't need to be fucking with these people, man. That's why that's why one of the other Akim from GMS Orlando, GMS Troop Orlando was talking. He was showing a video of another lady, and she's actually putting out videos trying to tell other women, you need to get you a man of the Lord. I ain't saying come after me because I'm still in progress. I'm still in training. Okay, I'm not all the way uh completely in the doctrine. Like I'm in the doctrine, but there's still stuff I need to learn. But I believe that I'm completely circumcised. There's not going to be no low spiritually circumcised. You know what I'm saying? According to like there's nothing that Great Millstone can't tell. That's going to tell me, and I'm never going to say I don't believe it. Anything Great Millstone says, I'm going to believe. I have since the start. You know, some things more than others. Like when I got rebuked, I didn't understand why I was getting rebuked because I didn't have part of the doctrine. But now I get it. You know what I'm saying? Why that had to happen. So it's just different, man. Like I'm not butting up to nothing Great Millstone says ever again because I understand the system now. You know what I'm saying? And there's still stuff I need to get fixed. But yeah, I'm here all the way to the end for Great Millstone, Lord willing, because that's what I want to do. You know what I'm saying? And I know like why I want to do it because I love the Lord. Like why else would I do it? You know what I'm saying? I'm not getting no profit out of it. I'm not having no brotherhood send me money. I'm not having nobody do nothing for me. All I do is go figure my shit out and call on Bahasham Yahawashi, and I go listen to these men and humble myself and teach it according to the word, man. What else the fuck can I do to show people, okay, that I'm not here for money? I don't give a fuck about shit else. I want to serve the Lord right, and I want to become a man again. I want my fucking dignity back. I want my fucking manhood back. I don't give a fuck about nothing else. I want to be able to stand up and say, yeah, I love the Lord. You put me to death for it right the fuck now.com. That's the kind of guy I want to be because everything else has failed me here. You know, I've always been a man on my own, you know, but now I actually got guidance. So now I can be a man on my own with guidance, unless one of them say, hey, we need you to come report, and I come report to my camp leader, of course. But I'm talking about any other camps. I need you to come report. We need you to bring your services over here to do this. Got it. I'm gonna go do it. It's a job. It's a spiritual job. You got to put your feelings aside and just get the fuck out there and do the shit. So, like I said, man, the curses, 3. And it says, there's another camp leader that says try to be graceful. You know what I'm saying about it? And I do. I do try to be as graceful as I can. But all I'm trying to say is I'm not fucking playing, man. I'm not playing around. Okay? I want my manhood back. I don't want nobody else talking down on me no more. I don't want none of that shit. So I'm doing this in humbleness and meekness. But I'm still gonna be myself. And myself is like, I don't give a fuck.com about shit. That's how I've always been my whole life. You know what I mean? But I do give a shit about the ministry. I do care about the ministry. I do care about what the brotherhood thinks about me. This is why I'm trying to gain love from the brotherhood by taking no damn days off in this motherfucker and busting my ass because I'm new to the truth. You see this shit right here, this picture? I was 2 streets down. Right here. You see this car flipped over? I prayed to Bahasham Halal. This whole house right here, I got pictures of that car on my camera. There's fucking pictures of this house I have, and it's literally destroyed. It's still destroyed today. I went past it when I got dropped off at work. You see how all the glass and windows are busted out? We 2 streets up. Ain't nothing touched the car that was outside of this driveway. Nothing. It had a few little scratches and a dent. Okay, and 2/3 of my family over here they're terrified. But it could have been a lot worse, man. It could have been like these dudes. They shit was fucked off. You hear me? They got boards all over they shit. You know what I'm saying? We in here good. Okay, we don't got that much going on in here. You know what I'm saying? Like we still intact over here. Some niggas' roofs was completely taken off. Nigga literally next door, whole roof gone. Okay, damn near. Water all in his house. That's the power of Yahawashi, man. You ordained this to happen, man. If I wouldn't have been searching for Yahawashi last year, because I was telling people you ain't got Yahawashi by the end of 2023, your ass gonna be fucked. We in March, man. This shit getting fucked up. Just like Great Millstone been telling everybody. I did a video talking about every 80 years there's a calamity of wars. Who knows if I'm right or not? Who gives a shit? Doesn't matter. All I was saying is it could be sooner or later. But the Lord said he gonna short the time. Okay? And 1,000 years is a day to the Lord. Okay? America, Babylon the Great been here for 250, 247, 48 years. Okay? So this bitch ain't even been alive for a fourth of a day to the Lord. And he said he's shooting an arrow at this bitch and he cutting it short and he killing everything in this motherfucker that don't have Ezekiel 9 chapter 4 and the John chapter 4 mark over it, over their foreheads, which is the spiritual mark of this doctrine. And whoever else ain't clinging to them. You know, I'm not saying I'm the elect just because I'm doing the work. I could be just one of the ones that's cleaning to the elect because that's who I'm getting my doctrine from. The hopeful elect, Salaki, which is the men, the great millstone. But they have made their election sure by what? Doing this all the time for 40 years, man. On down. Okay, so it said this before we go over here, before we move on.
Tori on the beat.
So you might not know everything, yeah, but it says, let me find it, because this says something about, this is a good one, but there's one that was saying, I gotta go find it because it's been a while since I pulled it up. I learned it from one of the Akim, but he was saying that basically you should be able to trust these men just by their works alone. Just said trust them based off their alone, but just off their works alone. It's not that. Where is it at?
Tori on the beat.
I guess that's it. I guess that's that scripture, but I'm looking for one that's specific. It's a real specific one. I gotta see it. But we'll just do Matthew 7:20. But it said one of them. It said it basically talked about man. We're gonna do this and then the other one. So and then Matthew 7:23. And then I will profess unto them, I never knew you. That's not it. Yeah, Matthew 7:20. Salakia. Wherefore by their fruits ye shall know them, which is their doctrine. And you can see Great Millstone, all their doctrine is the same, man. Why would you trust anybody else? Then you got Matthew 7:21. Not everyone that said unto me, Lord, Lord, shall enter into the kingdom of heaven. Talking about Sakari and the other camps. But he that doeth the will of my Father which is in heaven. And that's what Great Millstone does. They do the will of the Lord, which is what? They do everything he tells them to do to the best of their abilities. I was remember listening to one of the elders, he was talking about, he was like, you know how many times we did a lesson, went off and had to go back and check ourselves? Like, you know, if they're gonna do it, no, we're gonna end up doing it. Just I'm just saying. If they're gonna say it, dude, we're gonna end up doing it too. The new followers. Anything that the elders have done, we're gonna do. Period. So Revelations 14:13. And I heard a voice from heaven saying unto me, right, blessed are the dead which die in the Lord from henceforth. Yea, saith the Spirit, that they may rest from their labors, and their works do follow them. Like the elders, Elder Ariah and all them, man. Their works followed them, man. There's many people who believe in these men because they know that the Lord's dealing with them, man. And you got all these young cats coming out and doing whatever, man. And them young cats need to get punched in their fucking mouth, man. But the Lord said, don't get carnal. Uh, uh, yeah, I didn't even know I pulled this one up. Grocery tax cut bill faces uncertain future in the Senate. Let's see what they talking about. Real quick. Let's see what they talking about.
All of that I've projected in the state of the state. And that is where we begin tonight. Oklahoma is fading chances for a grocery tax cut in our state. We may not be able to do all of that I've projected in the state of the state. And that is where we begin tonight. Oklahoma is just one of a handful of states collecting a grocery sales tax. And just last year, the governor called for lawmakers to get rid of it. So what's stopping the bill from crossing the finish line? News 4's Capitol Bureau Chief Nick Camper is live at the state capitol tonight. Nick.
Yeah, grocery sales tax cut is something the governor has been pushing for about a year now because inflation has been going up. This week, a House committee passed a bill that would do just that. The holdup, though, is the Senate and now potentially the budget.
We have $4.5 billion in savings. We have $1.1 billion surplus next year. So what are we going to do with that?
Proud of the record state savings account, but with proposals for income tax cuts, a grocery tax cut, and a House proposal for an increase in education spending, the governor isn't sure it can all be funded.
In my budget, I didn't have $500 million in the education. I had maybe $200 million. That's what the legislature's going to have to work on.
The tax credit education bill now going through the
We're gonna see in May, whenever a couple tornadoes swirl through and damage everything, and they gotta fix that shit. We're gonna see, man. Mother allegedly stabbed her 5 children, killing 3 after CPS visit in Italy, Texas, man. Crazy, man. That's some wicked stuff, man. That's wicked, man. That's wicked. It's a lot of people waxing worse and worse. It's getting wicked out here, man. I don't even want to read too much about it. Just wanted to show that happened. So now I need to go get my stuff together so I can go out to the highway byways, go do camp for a couple hours, and then get some rest. But I need to do it because it's Friday. All Great Millstone goes out. So we're going out there. So Shalom to the elect Israel. You Hebrew Israelites, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native American, West Indian Haitians, and the foreign Israelites that are scattered across the earth. Got to give all praises to Barak, Yahawah, Barak, Yahawashi. Barak, Yahawah, Barak, Yahawashi. Got to give all praises to Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi, Bahasham, Qadash. Want to give double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone who led me to His truth and their faith and sincerity. We're going to keep defending the Lord to the best of our abilities to the end. We know our works of righteousness are as filthy rags, but we're going to keep moving. We're going to keep dusting them off, asking for repentance and coming back to the truth to the best of our abilities and coming back as men and serving the Lord unto death or to be eternally saved. Lord willing, we part of that number. Lord willing, to be edifying those who fear in the name of the Lord, who strive every day to exalt the name of the Yahawah Yahawashi to the best of their abilities. His judgment always comes to light every day. Zephaniah chapter 3, verse 5, and it's not slack. 2 Peter chapter 3, verse 9. Shalom.